What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. It's time for the October Movie Challenge. I know a lot of other YouTube creators that focus in on physical media have already uploaded their videos letting you guys know what they plan on watching in the month of October. And it's usually 31 movies in 31 days. However, you guys know I like to challenge myself when it comes to movie watching, and I really go to the extreme in the month of October. I think this is the third year in a row now that I'm doing this. 90 movies in 30 days. Now, I did accomplish this last year. My first year, I did not. I came close. I think I watched about 75. But last year, I watched all 90 that I planned on watching. So, am I going to be able to do it again? It's going to be difficult. It really is, because I'm not even including streaming when it comes to this, and there are some streaming movies that are coming that I am interested in. So it's going to be difficult, but I am going to try. Now, I do have to let you know that not every single movie that I plan on watching is here in front of me, because I am trying to include the brand new horror releases coming in the month of October, because if I didn't, I think I would probably go insane. So I'm talking about Maxine, that's coming out next Tuesday, and also the brand new Nightmare on Elm Street 4K, that's coming out in a couple of weeks. So I am still waiting on a few of those to come in, but the majority of what I plan on watching is right here next to me. And also, I'm focusing in on vampires, because you guys know every single month I have a movie watching theme. And so my theme within a theme, because my entire theme is 90 movies in 30 days, but my other theme, I want to watch vampire movies. I love vampires. They are my preferred monster during spooky season. And there are some vampire movies that I have not watched yet, that I am looking forward to watching for the very first time. And that's what I'm going to show you first, the vampire stack. I am revisiting old classic favorites, but also not new movies, but new movies to me that I still have not seen. Okay, let's get into this. I know you are just dying with anticipation. What is Susan watching in the month of October? All right, the vampire stack. Here we go. I mean, come on. If I don't watch The Lost Boys, what are we doing here? So, Lost Boys, definitely. Of course, Interview with a Vampire. Gotta have my Nick Cage in here somewhere. Renfield. Gotta have a little bit of horror comedy. John Carpenter's Vampires. I really enjoy this movie. I kind of feel like it's underrated just a little bit. I don't feel like enough people talk about this movie, so I'm revisiting it. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I do highly recommend, if you guys have never seen this movie, please do. It is so good. I love it. I really do. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I absolutely love this movie. It's all about nostalgia for me, so I have to watch this one again. From Dusk Till Dawn. It's been a while since I've seen that one. Vampires Suck. Yes, I'm watching this one because a subscriber sent this over to me. I figure, why not mix it up with a little bit of horror comedy? I'm trying to put in horror comedies as well. You're going to see that throughout the entire stack that I have going over here. So, Vampires Suck. Never seen that one. Next up is Daybreakers. I heard this is an awesome vampire movie. I've never seen it. It's going to be a first time watch, and I'm really looking forward to that one. Then another subscriber sent over Sleepless Nights, so we'll check out that one, see what that's all about. Last Voyage of the Demeter. I did pick this up on a recent sale. The past like 6 months or so, it went down to like $10, so I picked it up. I did see this movie in theaters, but my mom and dad have not seen it, so we'll watch it together, see what they think about it. Then we have this vampire double pack. So I'm not watching Once Bitten. I've already seen this movie like so many times. This is very early Jim Carrey. I remember watching that in I think the late 80s, early 90s on like HBO when I was like 9. I remember watching this, but I've seen it so many times. But the other movie, Love at First Bite, I do need to check out. I've never seen that one, so that is the movie I will be watching from that double pack. I pulled out the Blade trilogy, but I only plan, I think, one or one and two, maybe just Blade. I'm not really sure because I was making my list. Yes, I have a list. I have all 90 movies written out on a list, type A personality. But I think I was kind of interchanging some movies. So I'm definitely watching the first Blade. If I do have time, I'll get into the other two. But if not, no big deal because I have seen those ones before. One of my favorite vampire movies, 30 Days of Night. Gotta revisit that one. So this is a collection, and I'm watching all 5 from this collection because I've never seen this franchise before. Underworld. Can you believe it? I've never seen Underworld. So this month I'm committing. And I'm watching every single one of these to get through that collection because that's been sitting around for a couple of years and I still have not watched it. So I got to get into that one. And then, of course, we're getting into classics now. Fright Night. Got to watch Fright Night. Great 4K transfer on that. I'm revisiting Bram Stoker's Dracula because last year when I watched this, I wasn't overly thrilled with it. I mean, I have seen it before, but it's been a while since I've watched it. And I don't know. I was kind of like meh with it. So I want to revisit it. I want to watch it again. Give it another chance. We have Dracula Untold. A subscriber sent this over a long time ago, and I feel so bad that I still have not watched it. So I'm getting into this October. And finally, the ever classic original Dracula from 1931. This is a recent 4K steelbook that was sent over from High Def Ninja, so I will be getting into this one as well. All right, so that is my vampire stack. Now let's move on. let's move on to the rest. The Collector. I've never seen this movie. I've heard it's awesome, so I'm looking forward for it being part of the 90 and 30. The remake of Prom Night. I just picked this up for like $6 off of Amazon, so I want to check that out. The Boy. Still have not seen this one. Want to watch it because the 4K just came out, so I do want to check this one out. I got tongue-tied for a second. I do want to check this one out and see if it's worth upgrading to a 4K because maybe I'll pick it up during a future sale or maybe not. Crimes of the Future. I chose this because Kim and Julia sent this over to me in the last box that they sent, the first box that they sent over. This was included. So I do want to check out that one. I am going to watch both movies in this double pack, Identity and Vacancy. Never seen them. Never seen them. Don't spoil anything. Ever classic, Jennifer's Body. I'm not sure if I watched this one last year. I can't remember. I don't think I did. So it's time. It's time to watch it again. I love Sleepaway Camp. It is, you could never make this movie today because it is just so not okay. It's not PC at all. It's so inappropriate on so many levels. But I love this movie. I absolutely love it. It's so corny. It's so cheesy. The ending is shocking. It like goes into your brain and you can't forget it for the rest of your life. Like, I love Sleepaway Camp and it needs a rewatch. It's definitely time. So I'm excited about that one. This is another attempt at this double feature because I think I fell asleep during both of these movies last year when I was trying to watch them. Or no, the year before that. It was the year before because I did not complete 2 years ago. So this was 2 years ago, House of Wax and 13 Ghosts. I fell asleep during both of these. I gotta make it all the way through. So I put them back into the pile. I'm tired of looking at them in the never seen it stack. They gotta go. So I gotta watch them. All right, here we go. My semi-new Queens of Scream set. The only movie I'm watching, because I've seen I Know What You Did Last Summer so many times, and Vacancy I just showed you. So the remake of When a Stranger Calls. That is what I'm watching. I was noticing when I was pulling movies, I chose a lot of remakes. You're going to see that, I think there's one or two more in this pile, but there's that one. And then what was the previous one? I forgot. Oh, there was another one, but there's remakes in here over the originals because I've seen the originals so many times. So it's time to give the remakes a chance. All right. Now we're getting into some witchcraft. Not in real life, but with movies. So we have the double pack of Practical Magic and The Witches of Eastwick. I mean, anytime I can watch Cher, I'm down for it, and I love Cher, so Witches of Eastwick. I've never seen that one. Practical Magic, I've seen bits and pieces, but not the entire way through. So it's definitely time for that one. And then also Teen Witch. I know it's not like scary, but it's just for fun. It's just for fun. It's nostalgia for me. So I'm throwing that one in. And Smile. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this too at the beginning. Not every single movie that I have in the stack, at least I don't think I said this, not every movie in the stack is a horror film, because you're going to see movies that are coming out with sequels in the month of October. I'm rewatching the first movie. So like Joker and the Venom movies, things like that. Just let you know. Smile 2 is what reminded me. But this is a horror film, so it makes sense. So I do want to revisit Smile because of the sequel coming out in a couple of weekends. So Smile's on the list. It's been a while since I've seen it. I streamed it. I don't even think I've seen the Blu-ray yet. So this will be a first time pulling out the Blu-ray and watching it. All right, so now I'm getting into some recent brand new releases that I saved from September for the month of October. I hope you're following all of this. I feel like I'm being kind of confusing right now in this video, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best. Okay, Sweeney Todd. I'm sure it's not like, I'm sure it's like a little bit horrific, but not like your typical horror film, if you know what I'm saying. It has like dark elements. So I thought it would be a good option for the 90 and 30. So Sweeney Todd, the remake of Amityville Horror, The Stepfather, which will be first time watch for myself, and The Strangers, which I have seen, but I'm looking forward to watching with Mama Blu-ray because I feel like this movie is going to creep her out just a little bit. And whenever I can creep out my mom, I look forward to it. So that's the reason why I chose that one. Here is another horror remake that I chose. Carrie, with the nice lenticular slip cover. There we go. I love that. So, the slip is changing. The slip is affecting the video. We're back to normal. Kind of. See? Look at that. So, okay, Carrie remake. Because I think last year I watched original Carrie with Sissy Spacek. So let's watch the remake this year. Infinity Pool. I have not watched this Blu-ray yet. I did take the plastic off, but I still have not watched the Blu-ray. I saw this movie at the theater, so it's time. It's time to revisit this. Mia Goth. She's so hot right now with Maxine. That's going to be coming out in, next week. Next week, Maxine is coming out on physical, so like I'm in like the Mia Goth mood to watch her movies right now. So I'm looking forward to revisiting that one because if you've not seen Infinity Pool, she is batshit crazy. She is so crazy in that movie. All right, next up, the A24 horror collection, but there's only 2 movies out of 5 that I have not seen that I'm going to focus on, which is Green Room and also It Comes at Night. I've seen, obviously, Hereditary, X, and The Witch a couple of times already, so I'm good with those. But I do want to watch these 2 so I can put this up on the horror shelf and be done with it, get it out of the never seen it pile. So I'm going to go ahead and watch a couple of Child's Play movies, but only 1 and 2. I'm not going to go ahead with 3. I'm not the biggest fan of 3. 3's okay. And I figure I just have too many horror films to go through the entire Child's Play franchise. So I'm just going to watch 1 and 2. Those are the 2 best, for me. So I'd like to revisit those. Terrifier 2. Yes, I'm going to rewatch Terrifier 2 because Terrifier 3 is coming out October 11th in theaters. And I feel like it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be bloody, gory, carnage candy. So I kind of got to like revisit that before I watch it at the I believe I'm going to go to the theater to check it out. So pray for me because I feel like it's going to be a bloodbath. But I got to revisit. I got to revisit that one. There we go. Get your speech right, Susan. Okay, sorry. When I talk fast, that's when I mess up. So I got to slow down. All right. The Craft, my favorite witch movie of all time. It just came out at the perfect time for me because this came out in the 90s. Yeah, 96. I was 16 years old. So this was like the movie for me. I loved it. I loved the cast of girls. I thought they were perfect. And, you know, this came out, Scream came out in 96. Like, that was my year for movies, man. Like, I loved that year. And I love The Craft. I always watch it every single October. The remake of Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder. I haven't seen this since I picked up the 4K, so it's good timing for that one. I love Candyman. I have to watch Candyman. The original Candyman, the OG, the original with Tony Todd. I have to watch this every single October. I love this movie, so this is a definite. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I believe this is the anniversary of the movie. Didn't it come out on October 1st, like 50 years ago or something? I don't know. I thought I read that somewhere. So definitely rewatching that one. Gotta go with The Exorcist because I think last year we watched the extended version. It was just so long. So I would rather watch just the regular theatrical version this year. Save a little bit of time. And this needs a revisit. It does. It's been a year, so it's time. The Thing, absolutely. John Carpenter, his two best, Halloween and The Thing, without a doubt. I love John Carpenter's vampires as well, but you know what? That's not top tier. It's The Thing and Halloween. So going with The Thing. Going with The Thing. Ghostbusters. Another example of horror comedy, throwing that in. I put it in the horror comedy because there's ghosts. I have like my own, like, I don't know, system. You know, some people wouldn't put this in the horror section. I do because there's ghosts and things like that, you know, but it's not overly scary. Really, it's a comedy, but technically we can get away with it. So Ghostbusters is in. I'm just in the mood. I'm in the mood to watch Ghostbusters. So The Addams Family, because the sequel is coming out on 4K at the end of this month. So might as well revisit the original Addams Family. My pile's getting a little high. I'm kind of worried I'm watching it. All right, speaking of horror comedies, Happy Death Day 1 and 2, but these are not the Blu-rays. These are the 4Ks. I just kept the Blu-ray slipcovers because, you know, it's better with a slip than with no slip. So, because these did not come with slipcovers, unfortunately. So I did have the Blu-rays and I kept the slipcovers for the 4Ks, but I still have not watched these 4Ks, and it's been a while since I've seen these movies, so why not? This is great timing for those. I'm going to put these over here. My pile's getting a little scary. Motel Hell, we're going to revisit that one. The Burning, this is a great movie. This is so great. I mean, it's pretty much the exact same thing as Friday the 13th, but I love Friday the 13th. I don't mind. I don't care. And I have not seen the 4K yet. I've only seen the Blu-ray. I've not seen the 4K transfer, so I wanted to check out that one. And Silver Bullet. Gotta have a werewolf in there somewhere, so I chose Silver Bullet. There we go. All right. Now the rest, let me just try to, I don't know, shimmy everything over so that way I'm just worried my pile is going to fall over, so I'm just going to move everything. Okay, there. That makes me feel better. Sigh of relief. Okay. There's nothing worse than a teetering pile of physical media, especially when there's steelbooks involved. All right, so now the rest are steelbooks. Okay. starting with Megan. It's time. We got to revisit Megan because I haven't seen this since I think they dropped it on Peacock. I did watch it in the theater and then it landed on Peacock a couple of months after or something, and I haven't seen it since then. Let's revisit. It's time. So, Megan, and that's the 4K Steelbook. So, that's the one I'm going to be watching because I only had the Blu-ray prior to that. Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is a must watch every single year for me. I live, breathe, and die for this musical. It's one of my favorites of all time. This and Chicago are my two favorite all-time musicals. Tim Curry is just a god to me in this movie. I know I'm not the only one that thinks this. I love this musical. I have to watch it every single spooky season. Of course, I pulled Psycho. I have to watch Psycho. It is iconic. It is just so good. It's Hitchcock at his best. Like, this is his best movie, in my opinion. It is just so freaking good. So, gotta rewatch that one. Poltergeist. Talk about iconic. Gotta watch that one again. Sleepy Hollow. I have to watch this every single October. I need Sleepy Hollow in my life. I love this movie so much. Johnny Depp is amazing. I love it. Everything about that movie. Costume design, production design, the way it was filmed. Like, it is just so, it's like Tim Burton at his best. It's like Sleepy Hollow and Batman are like my two favorites from Tim Burton. So good. I also pulled Frankenstein. This is another brand new 4K Steelbook that High Def Ninja sent. So here we go. I'm going to rewatch the original Joker because Joker Folie à Deux is opening on Friday officially. I know some people have already gone to see Joker 2 and the reviews are not so great. It's kind of got me worried, but I'm going to the theater on Friday. I'm going to get my free birthday popcorn and soda. I'm so excited, and watch Joker 2. Maybe that will improve my watching experience. Who knows? So the first Joker, I got to revisit. And then with Venom 3 coming out at the end of October, we have the first Venom and Venom Let There Be Carnage. So I have those two planned. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I got a couple of Frankensteins. I pulled Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. This is a brand new pickup from Arrow that I do want to watch. Of course, have to watch Hocus Pocus. This is a must every single year. So Hocus Pocus. And then I do have Trick or Treat. That is another brand new release. The brand new 4K from Arrow, Trick or Treat. I did pre-order that. So that's coming in the end of the month, October 29th. It's really cutting it close, but I have that one written down. So hopefully mine will arrive in time so I can watch that before my timeline ends, before October 30th. You know, fingers crossed it arrives. This is going to be a first time watch. I've never seen the It miniseries, and that's surprising because I just gushed about Tim Curry, and we all know that he plays Pennywise in the miniseries. But when I was younger, when this initially came out on TV, I wanted nothing to do with clowns. I hated clowns. I hated the way they thought they brought joy, like all that stuff. Like, I hated clowns. So that's the reason why I stayed away from this for so long. But then when I got into horror movies, I started watching clowns again. So I have to watch this. So this is going to be a first time watch. I'm excited about that. The Blob, I'm making this one another remake. I'm making a priority because I think I picked this up last year around this time when it came out at Best Buy, and I still have not watched the darn thing. So I got to watch that. And then finally, I pulled all of the bloody disgusting horror Blu-ray steelbooks that Lionsgate had out in all Walmart stores. As you guys know, I film it every single week when I go to Walmart. So the majority of these will be first-time watches I have not seen. So we got Wolf Creek. I have seen this one. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite Final Girls. You're Next. Cheesy goodness, Texas Chainsaw. I love it so much. So cheesy. Leatherface, I have not seen. We have I Spit on Your Grave. We also have Sinister. I'm kind of afraid to watch Sinister. I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of freaking just a little bit because I heard this movie is indeed really scary. So comment down below and let me know. Do you think I'm gonna freak out watching Sinister? I just need to know. I need to know that. And finally, Hannibal Rising. That is it, guys. Those are all the movie. Well, not all the movies, because like I said, I'm still waiting for brand new releases that will be arriving in the month of October, but that's the majority. That's the majority of the 90 movies in 30 days that I plan on watching in the month of October. So comment down below and let me know, what's your movie watching theme? Do you have a particular, niche in the horror genre that you're going to focus on, like me with the vampires? Or do you just watch classic horror films like Scream and Halloween and Friday the 13th? Comment down below and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.